Thanks, everybody.
I wanted to ask about the border and the president's statement that he would shut it down. What does that obviously the bill would need to pass, but then what technically does that mean? Like, what would it look like, shutting the border down?
Look, I think Kareem talked about this quite a bit yesterday, but this is a president who believes we need action to secure the border. He's been working in good faith with Republicans and Democrats on a negotiated proposal to do just that, to deliver on meaningful policy reforms and meaningful resources that would allow us to secure the border. Now, I'm not going to get into the particulars of what that proposal looks like at the end of the day, but look, this is a president who's unequivocally stated he's committed to securing the border and working in good faith across the aisle to get it done.
On the border deal itself, Speaker Johnson reiterated this morning that he's against the Senate deal, however it ultimately looks, is dead on arrival in the House. Does the White House still think it's worth pursuing a negotiated deal?
I think we've unequivocally said yes, and if Speaker Johnson is serious about securing the border, which he also said this morning that he is, then he should work across the aisle with us, reach back across the aisle in good faith and join us. We're working along with Senate Republicans as well as Democrats. And we think that if this proposal that's on the table was to be enacted, it would be the most meaningful, fair, significant piece of legislation to secure the border that we've seen in decades.
On the border again, can you explain a little bit further why the president doesn't take some executive actions on the border himself?
I think the president has also been clear that he needs additional authorities from Congress, and part of what he's asking Congress to do here is to deliver those authorities. I'm not going to get specifically into more of what the bill says down on the line items, but the president's been really clear he needs additional authorities to secure the border, and that's exactly what he's asking Democrats and Republicans in Congress to work with him to deliver.
Why not test his executive authority? Why not test his executive authority? Just do it.
I think the president has a view that, by the way, was shared by Speaker Johnson under the prior administration, that he needs greater authority in order to secure the border and take action on the border. So that's what we're looking to do.
Is it his position then that there's nothing more that he can do on migration, and that this is the limit to his authority?
The president, I think, just a moment ago, that certainly he feels that there are things that are within his power, but there are also things that are not within his power that he's looking for a congressional authority to do in order to step up border security.
Why doesn't he take some of those steps that are within his power? That's what I'm asking. Like, there are some things in his power. Why doesn't he do those?
We're in the middle of negotiating in good faith across the aisle with Democrats and Republicans in the Senate to try and get this proposal done. I'm not going to get into the particulars of those conversations and what is or is not on the table, but look, we think that there's no reason we can't come to a very significant deal here that, again, would be historic in nature, that would deliver on meaningful reforms and resources that would help us secure the border. And that's the stated goal of both Republicans and Democrats in Congress. What's standing in the way? We don't think politics should.